This episode is a bit more of a personal episode for me. On June 19th, 1865, the slaves were free in America. It was the day that slavery completely ended. Slaves were free. And with June 19th being this Saturday, I wanted to review a movie that is a black movie. A black-owned movie, a black-created movie. Director, writer, leading actor that wasn't sad. Or a movie that wasn't about the first. Unfortunately, those movies are kind of hard to find because most of the time black movies about either super serious topics like slavery, oppression, overcoming something, or you have a comedy movie. It's like there's no in between. There's getting more movies where you've seen black leaders, leading actors as like superheroes and characters, not the first of something, just a normal person in a normal day doing normal things that the color of the skin doesn't matter. And there are a few movies like Will Smith and Denzel Washington have some movies, but I really want to find a movie with a black director, black writer, and a black leading actor. And I went through the list on IMDb. It just found a bunch of comedies, and I was like, God dang it. Or a bunch of movies with first, like the first person to, do this event, the first person to do that event, the first person to make this accomplishment. And I was like, man, I guess I go with the first. And one of my movies that I love watching and love enjoying, Head of State, was on that list with Chris Rock. And I remember watching this movie as a kid, and this movie came out in 2003. And it's about this guy who ran for president, and he became the first black president. But it was his campaign trail to overcome everything, become the first black president. And this movie came out in 2003. Little did we know, 5 years later, in 2008, you get Barack Obama. But it was just a cool little thing here. As a kid who I wanted to be the first black president growing up, that was one of my goals. To watch this movie, was like, man, this movie's awesome. And I'm reviewing it. And looking back on it at the age of 28, it's a fun comedy movie, but it's not the best. It's not the best. So on this episode of Movie Breakdowns, I'm going to review the movie Head of State from 2003. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and what's Movie Breakdowns? Movie review series, look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F. Plus and minuses do count. And there's a movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put in the comment section below and I get to it as best I can. Also on Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka. And on Patreon, give a shout out to my member Tyreek Cole, Ty the Phoenix. Shout out to him. On Patreon, you get first come, first serve. You jump in front of everybody by paying $2 a month. You jump in front of everybody, and whatever review gonna be to do, I do it for you. And also, you got other stuff on there, so the trade reaction, trade reviews, and much more stuff. Now, let's go and get into today's episode of Head of State for 2003. Now, what is Head of State about? Head of State is about one political party trying to get the other political party to win, so that the one that wins, the losing political party, can come back the next year and have a better, stronger candidate, because the guy who's running for president, he is the vice president for 8 years, a war hero, and he's also Sharon Stone's cousin. And the guy who's going to compete against Sharon Stone's cousin, he got killed in a plane crash. So the other political party, which they don't tell you what parties are which in this movie, but the other political party decided to find somebody to step in just to take the loss. Introducing Chris Rock character and alderman in his town, Washington, D.C., or city of Washington, D.C. He gets selected by the losing party to become the guy that runs for president, and he was supposed to take the L for this party, so the next year around, the leading guy will be the kind of mastermind puppeteer behind this. Well, to their acknowledgement, Chris's character decides to take the race into his own hands and end up becoming a strong candidate and end up challenging for the political party and also becoming president. Like, he ended up, spoiler movie for when it came out in 2003, spoiler review. Anyway, he ended up running for president, ended up doing pretty dang good, ended up winning it all, and just like boom. And it threw everybody through a loop. a guy who wasn't supposed to become president becomes president. At first it was a joke and became a reality, and there you go. And how does he do it? By speaking, being entertaining, being over the top, actually speaking to the people and telling them like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, I've been on the streets with you guys. I've been poor. I've been broke. I did drugs. I did all this stuff that you people can relate to. Therefore, who should be running office than somebody that relates to the people, not just somebody who's been there, who's been millionaire this whole lives and have all this money. I'm somebody who literally just went broke. I got my car repo. I lost my girlfriend, who's actually a gold digger, and became all this stuff, become president. And it's a really underdog story, which I love underdog stories to the top. Now, how do you get there? A lot of comedy. This is a comedy movie, hands down. It's a comedy movie with some serious tones in it from here and there. It gets serious at certain points, but really at the end of the day, it's a big comedy flick. Chris Rock, Bernie Mac. When Bernie Mac comes on the screen, it is hilarious. The jokes are still there. Culture clashing happened, but it's poked in a funny way, and versus being like super serious, super tone. It's really kind of like fun of like, oh look, they're dancing, we can dance too, and little kind of dance moves, and everybody like, you know, sharing each other's dance moves kind of thing. And then you have the tossed in love relationship because, oh, the hero of the story lost his girlfriend who was a gold digger. Well, here's a girl that he's been kind of like seeing at the gas station, kind of has a crush on him, but doesn't want to let the limelight of him being president, you know, distract from him. You know, she's saying stuff to him that's like, I see you trying to work your way in there. I see you. But it's a fun movie. I enjoy this movie. Is it the best movie out there? No, it's not. Is it the worst movie out there? No, it's not. When it comes to comedies, as far as comedies go, the jokes of this movie still hold up. Some of the jokes still hold up in 2021. I don't think in 2023 they would. 2023, wow. 2003 they definitely would have hit a lot harder. In 2021 they still hold up. But it's a fun movie. It's a fun flick. I think you will enjoy if you watch this movie. Do not watch this movie. I think, oh, let me get a mindset of political parties and black culture. This movie is not that movie. So do not try to watch this movie thinking you're getting that. You're just going to get a fun comedy flick that it's the guy, Chris Rock, predicted a president of the United States, the first black president of the United States just happened to be 5 years before Barack Obama came around, which maybe he knew Barack Obama was going to show up. I don't think he did. I think there's a comedy skit by him saying, like, I didn't know Barack Obama was going to happen, but he glad it did. You know, he ran for president in a movie, you know, 5 years before Barack Obama became president. So it's a really, president of the United States. It's a really neat movie that, to me, I still find it funny after all these years and still one of my favorites in the comedy world. Alright, so before I jump into cast and characters, I just want to talk about the box office. The budget of this movie was $35 million, and they grossed worldwide $38 million. So they made their money back. The movie's an hour and 35 minutes long, so it's not that long of a movie. And I'm going to get into the cast. So we got Chris Rock, who is not only the director, he's the writer, and he's the leading character, who's Mace Gilliam. Chris Rock is hilarious. To me, he is, at this time in his career, as far as acting, I don't think Chris Rock was the best actor. Like, his talking point, it's kind of reminds me of him doing stand-up, but like his facial expressions, reactions to certain stuff was always over the top. And I think that's what Chris Rock excels at. It's super goofy. You can't really take him serious, but he does a good job for the character and being pretty much him. It's what it was. I feel like it was Chris Rock being Chris Rock in this movie. Next, we got Bernie Mac, who is Mitch Gilliam. He is Chris Rock's brother. And Bernie Mac, anytime he came on screen, he stole it. And rest in peace, Bernie Mac. I'm still saying it after all these years. But when he comes on the screen, he steals it. He does a great job. Lynn Whitfield as Deborah. She does great. Dylan Baker as Martin. I thought he did a solid job as well. And then, you know, Nick Searcy as Brian Lewis. He's a great villain to get behind. Just like, he's a villain. That's all he is. He's pretty much the antagonist to the movie. You got Robin Givens, who plays Kim. Anytime Robin came on screen and she kept trying to get Maze back, it was always hilarious because Maze would look at her and she gives this whole speech and he would say security and she'll scream every time. That was a little funny bit. Tamila Jones as Lisa, she was cool. And then James Rebhorn as Senator Bill Arnott, he was cool as Arnott, not Arnott, but Arnott. He was cool too. And this movie has a lot of different comedians in it, a lot of different people that you be like, oh man, okay, cool. And then you also have in this Nate Dogg, who's kind of like the narrator of the movie. He's singing the movie throughout, like singing what's happening throughout the movie from beginning to end. And I thought like a little twist on the narration of the movie where it's somebody who is not just talking, they're actually just singing it. It was a fun comedy flick. That's what it really is. Is it the best comedy movie out there? No. It's the worst comedy movie out there? No. Like, it's definitely 2003. Wholeheartedly 2003 movie. Like the style, the dress, everything about this movie is definitely of that year in the early 2000s. But it's a fun flick. I enjoyed this movie. The music of that era as well, early 2000s. And I already talked about the style and dress, the charisma, the characters. I feel like everybody does bring it in this movie. Everybody does give their 100% in this movie. I don't feel like anybody's phoning in their performances. They're literally, like, it looks like they're having a good time. The whole cast does. Is this a Friday night movie? I don't know. I don't think it is. It could be not. Is this movie everyone get around and watch? Yeah, it can be a Friday night movie. It can be a Friday night movie. And grading time. I'm going to grade the movie Head of State from 2003. I'm going to grade this movie a C+. It's a C+ movie for me. Yes, it's one of my favorite movies, but as far as like, the storyline is there. It's a solid storyline. It's about an Ottoman who gets dragged into the political party and supposed to be to take the loss, but end up becoming the winner and at the end and becoming president of the United States. The storyline is there, but as far as the like acting or Chris Rock being over the top and super dramatic, and it's a comedy movie. It's some jokes here and there. And as far as comedies, I wouldn't put this as a top 10 comedy. I would say this movie is definitely like, for me personally, a top 20 comedy. But I wouldn't put a top 10 of comedies. You know, I love this movie. But there are definitely times where, to me in this movie, I can definitely see like some editing where it's like, yeah, this is definitely, you know, they use some CGI that it definitely stands out, especially when the house is on fire. Or the jokes are just, it's pretty much a stand-up comedy movie when it comes to the jokes, and you know they're ad-libbing, but it's great. Some slapstick humor here and there, but it's a C+ movie. I enjoy this movie. It's a C+. I wouldn't give it a B, and it's definitely not a D movie. C+ for me, and I enjoy this movie. Like, it's not the greatest. There are some stuff that could be stronger. Some acting could be stronger, but you know the cast is having fun with it. So to me, they're having fun with it. You know, it's not the best acting in the world. It's not like Oscar performing here, but it's definitely a movie that's fun to watch, enjoy. C+. If you seen the movie Head of State, what'd you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode of Movie Breakdowns. Keep being awesome. See you around. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time, and keep being awesome.